baby.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today as we are going to be diving into something completely new for me, and that's Pan Pastels. Personally, I've never used them before and I've been wanting to give them a try for such a long time. My birthday came around in June and that gave me the courage and the funds to bite the bullet and order some. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I have no clue how to use them. So I figured we could find out together. So I've seen a few pencil artists use these to help with base layers for their drawings and also help with creating soft backgrounds, which is why I wanted them in the first place, as I found backgrounds so hard for me. I thought we could swatch the colours out and then I was going to sacrifice my frog drawing to see if we can create a sort of background for him using Pan Pastels. You can buy Pan Pastels separately online, such as on Jackson's Art, and of course there are a lot of options for different sets, and some sets cater to certain needs such as portrait colours and basic colours. But this set was the best priced I found, and of course the colours that I'm particularly drawn to, as they are landscape themed, lots of greens, blues and neutral colours. I was really happy with what came with this set, which included the 20 colours, a load of sponges, which included one big oval sponge, 2 plastic knives with both round and flat covers, a round and wedge sponge, 3 mini applicators that look like little eye makeup applicators, and also 4 storage jars. When I was unpacking this little box, it definitely made me feel like there was a lot in it to get me started. And I know you can buy the sponges separately, as I've come across them on Amazon, but it did make me wonder if in the future would I be able to get away with using normal makeup sponges? I know you can get a bag of these in Primark for like peanuts, but I wonder if it would be the same. Something I'll need to try, I think, but let me know what you would recommend. Any sponges from anywhere in particular? I have also seen artists use paintbrushes, dry paintbrush, so I'll have to give that a go as well. In regards to paper you should use, these pastels work well on a variety of surfaces, but as you may have guessed it, the most suggested paper is pastel paper, or with surfaces with some tooth and texture to it, so the powder has something to grip onto. However, saying that, I'm swatching here on Strathmore Bristol Venom paper, which is really nice and smooth, and I wanted to swatch on this paper as this is the type of paper I use regularly, plus my art normally requires a lot of detail, so I need to use a smooth paper. The one thing I did notice while swatching these colours is that you can easily go from colour to colour without much contamination, as long as you wipe the applicator on a piece of kitchen roll quite well between colours. So without waffling on too much, I'm gonna swatch these 20 colours and I'll pop on a little music and do a time lapse just to speed things up. As I said, I am going to sacrifice my froggy, my frog drawing, to see if I can try to create some sorts of background for him. I have scanned him in already, so I have a copy of him unharmed. So if I want to, I can make prints of him in the future. I clearly had a feeling that I was going to ruin him by attempting this, but it's all good and it's in the name of experimentation. In the original reference photo, which I found on Unsplash, the frog was sitting on a stone and the background was really blurred and it mainly had dark greys and green tones. So I'm using that for the initial plan. So out of the 20 colours, I picked these colours for the background: red iron oxide extra dark, Payne's grey, neutral grey, titanium white, bright yellow green shade and permanent green extra dark. I thought these colours was the best fit from the reference photo's background. However, looking back now, I wish I did something a bit more original. But never mind, I did say this would be an experiment and we're definitely not going for perfection here, we're just exploring. I started with the neutral grey with the small round sponge, marking out the stone underneath the frog. Then I quickly realised that I needed something a little bit more smaller to be able to get into the smaller sections near his feet. I did use my Polychromos pencils in the very small sections around the frog's feet, but I realised the need for a black pan pastel, and this set doesn't come with one, it comes with a Payne's grey, but I would like a solid black for the shadowy areas. I think it was a bit of a shame that this set didn't come with a black, as it comes with a white and a lot of other useful colours that I would use for my animal portraits. But I guess this is something I could buy separately at a later date if I still think I need it, because this set really ticks a lot of boxes for me. As I didn't really have a plan, I made a few mistakes, such as I added a bright yellow-green shade in the right-hand corner to maybe suggest a lily pad in the distance. I quickly realised I didn't like how this looked and I decided to later remove it. The good thing is about these is that you can use an eraser to remove most of the colour, which is really handy. And I was able to remove most of it and then cover it up again with the grey and the Payne's grey. I wanted to see if I could get a nice gradient above the frog, and the sponges I was working with, they were a dream, to be honest. The colour went on so smoothly, it felt like it melted onto the paper without much effort, and the colours laid on top of each other nicely, and I was able to build up layers of colour really smoothly. I am just realising I didn't mention paper, and as you may already know, paper is the key to basically everything. Whatever effects you want to achieve, you need to consider what type of paper you want to use. I'm working here on a Fabriano Artistico 300 GSM hot press paper, and this is a smooth paper, so I know I wouldn't be able to get too many layers of the pastel on this paper. Not like I would a pastel paper, like, is it pastel matte I keep hearing about? But I do have some pastel paper and I definitely want to give it a try at some point. But I need to find a good balance for my colour pencils and the pan pastels. And I think this is a good starting point. Let me know if you work with both colour pencils and pastels and what paper you would recommend as a good balance for both. I'm always on the lookout for new papers to try, so please pop your recommendations in the comments. Okay, so here are my final thoughts and some of the cons I've found with pan pastels. These are way more fun than I expected. Super pigmented, really blendable and less mess than regular pastels. I hate mess. Plus, I have asthma and pastel dust isn't really a good idea. However, I didn't really struggle with these at all. They were really easy to clean up as well, and I thought they were very controllable with the soft tools. For me and the kind of art that I like to make, these are perfect for backgrounds and underpaintings. Exactly the reason why I bought them. You can easily use colour pencils on top as long as the layers are thin enough. I can certainly see myself using these a lot alongside my colour pencils, and I'm really excited to use them in my next colour pencil pieces that I've got lined up. And now for the cons. They're expensive. More expensive than any soft pastel sets. I really think these are an investment. And if you're not sure about buying a set, then I'd say grab yourself a couple of individual colours first, just so you can see if you get on with them, basically. The other problem is you need the soft tools to use them. Sponges and the applicators, they all need regular cleaning. And as I said, I am going to try and find cheaper options and use some dry paint brushes to see, you know, what textures I can create with them. But yeah, obviously that's not really a con, but it might be. And finally, I was dreading opening these, as I've seen where people have opened them and the powder has smashed during delivery inside the cases. Pastel is fragile and will crumble if they're not handled with care. Of course you can still use them, but you wouldn't want that to happen as they're pricey. I was lucky to have none that smashed, but that doesn't make me scared to handle them now. Or God forbid drop them, so just bear that in mind. And I am the most clumsiest person I know, so who knows how long these have before one smashes. I've seen the palette trays you can buy separately where you can have them all laid out flat, which is a better option for when you're actually using them, but I'm not sure I would pay for that. It's a plastic tray and they're like, yeah, they're quite expensive, so we shall see. I don't know. Don't think so. So here is Froggy with his background. My husband said he looks sad, which I totally get, as the grey and the darker colours create this moody feeling. It's amazing how colour can set the tone or the mood of a piece. Like say if I went in with bright yellow or green, it would completely change this piece. But I have a very moody frog now. Never mind. So let me know what you think of him in the comments. And if you have used Pan Pastels before, please give me some of your top tips in the comments. I clearly have so much to learn, and if you're new like me, would you try them after watching this? I really hope so. Also, if you do have Pan Pastels, do you use any fixative? If so, what one would you recommend? Please pop in the comments any recommendations, because I do really want to look into this because I've never used it before. But yeah, obviously could be handy for future pieces. I will be using these in future videos, and I have a few drawings lined up on my drawing board which I am excited to start, and I'm working on a few drawings at the same time just to keep things fresh and to help me not get bored with a drawing. But yeah, I hope you can stick around to see if I improve. If I improve my techniques, and yeah. But of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next art experiment that I do. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.